Okay, so let me lay out the scenario, the program for you. This is the Lenox Theater, 24 movies in Columbus, Ohio. It is 2022. So, back in 1997, the Super Soaker 2500 was what I call the ultimate in aquatic firepower. Now, we're out here for the Ohio State Fair. Me, Greg, Kyler, Sammy, Cooch. Those are the ones I remember for sure. So, I think Carlos Rosario. So we're coming to the movies. Our hotel's right next door. So we're coming to the movies. We're walking. We parked over there. We're walking. We're laughing, joking around. And so these big, giant guys, it must have been Ohio State University football players. They're the doormen at this place. So at this movie theater. So we go to open the door, and the big guy, he's like 6'3", 250, just like probably a defensive lineman, offensive lineman. So he kind of gets in my way, and he goes, "We're closed." And I was like, "All right, relax." And he was like trying to be like confrontational. So one of the kid, Greg kind of made a joke and about the way he was dressed, and because I was like, "Oh, you work here?" So, you're not really wearing a uniform, you're just wearing regular clothes. So anyway, so we start to leave. We pull out. We're pulling out here, wherever these cars are going, and for some reason, these clowns, they come out to the sidewalk, to the curb, and they're like yelling at us. So my guys must have been making faces at them or something. So I saw these guys. Man, it's a hot night out. These guys want to be confrontational. There's people everywhere. This is a very busy spot in the summer. Everybody's out eating and hanging out. So I said, "All right, guys, pass them up." And we had like 3 Super Soakers in the van, and I'm driving, and Cooch is in the passenger seat. So we go around, we go down there, we take a left, we go all the way around, and we come in the entrance over there. So Cooch, this is the van. Cooch, literally, he's so excited. He sits up on there. He sits on there, he's like leaning out the window. It's like literally like a real life mafia hit. And so we pull up here where these cars are coming, and we're going really slow. So they see us coming, so they're all excited. So they start walking towards us. Their chests are puffed out. They're trying to look tough. We pass the first guy, we pass the second guy, and Cooch gets up on the window, and the guy's walking right towards us. Cooch pulls out this 3-foot-long Super Soaker. The guy, he thought it was a real gun, and literally, like right in front of where that girl's walking, right on the sidewalk, he hit the floor. He dropped, and he hit the floor, and Cooch sprays this guy with the Super Soaker. Like literally, it just empties it all over, soaks him completely, and all the other guys are running towards us. And so we take off. We drive around. We go all the way around again, and we come back into the parking lot again, and they're yelling and they're chasing us. These clowns are chasing us through this parking lot. So we leave later, like an hour or 2 hours later, whatever. The cop pulls us over right down the street. He goes, "Hey, were you guys over at the mall earlier?" Yeah. And he goes, "Do you have a squirt gun that's rather large?" And yeah. And he's like, those guys said you sprayed them, and he's like, you really wet that one guy up pretty good. And I said, "Yeah, So I told him the situation, and he kind of laughed, and he let it slide. So I think about it now. Now, say in '97, those guys were, 22. Say they looked about that age, 22. So 32, 42. These guys are close to 50 now, and they're telling that story how some little kids, young kids, Cooch was like 15, 14, soaked them. They wanted to fight, and we soaked them in the Super Soaker. We got a lot of people. If you're from Columbus, Ohio, and you got soaked by a strangers in a van on High Street or over here at the mall, it was probably us. So let the mystery be solved. So I gotta send this to my guys who were all there that day. This is where it happened. Super Soaker 2500.